Hello there guys, it's Blue, and today we're going to be looking at a deck reveal because super excited. I completely forgot that I pre-ordered back in May Colette Baron Reid's The Spirit Animal Oracle deck. I completely forgot. Owen shared this and I was like, that looks amazing, and I really wanted it. I love animal decks. I love the aesthetic of this particular animal deck. This is the box alone. Look at the strength of it. I love the color diffusion working through the box artwork. I really like the box, which is really firm and it has a magnetic flap. So it's a really nice sturdy box to like keep your cards in if you wanted to keep them in. And something else that's really nice about this that you'll see, and it's this little ribbon here that goes through, so you can always just lift your cards out really easily. So this is the inside of the box, and again you've got this lovely pattern work on the inside, and the little bit here says, the spirits residing in the natural world have much to share, and the secrets of their forgotten language are now available to you. So that's really lovely. So then you just pull this little doodad and you can get the book out. So this is the booklet. Now, the only thing I'll say about the booklet is that it's a little bit on the small side, but then it fits within the size of the box. The written words in here are beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, absolutely lovely. So you got the author on the back here. I hope it's focusing. We're in this crazy lighting that I'm not used to, and it's driving me cray. So you can see that just lifts out really easily, and we shall have a look at some but not all of the cards, because I really think you guys should get this. If you are a fan of oracle decks, if you're a fan of animal oracle decks, if like the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit is like your jam, this is going to be a whole different kind of jam, which is just as tasty. Yep, that's how we put in that. So the back of the cards is absolutely beautiful with this Mandela effect. It looks like, what does it look like? I mean, it's the sun, it's a star, it's almost like a star rippling over water, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to say that while I pick the cards that I really want to show you guys, that we pulled a card for Chris last night just to test it. And it was really interesting because on the surface of it, she was like, that doesn't seem to make any sense. And I was like, hang on. And we read from the booklet, and the booklet was spot on. It was really close to the situation we were looking at. And I was really pleased because a lot of the times when I've been getting oracle decks and even tarot decks of lately, which isn't that often anymore, but a little bit, the booklets are trash, basically. But this is a really good, thick, sturdy, well-written booklet. So the first animal that I really want to show you guys, I think he's really powerful, is Badger. Look how powerful this is. Look at that. So you can see the artwork is really beautiful. You have a color palette which changes depending on the animal a little bit as they work through. There is a mixture of feathers and decorations. It's almost kind of like a native vibe because of the hawk feathers, although the jewelry looks kind of almost Aztecian. And then you have the flowers, and you have like this color mandala within the borders. There's no border, which I really prefer, because you just get a full shot of the image. So let's show you Bat. I wasn't going to show you Bat, but I quite like Bat's little face. And you can see Bat Spirit is on there, and you get a little key phrase for each as well. So this is one of my absolute favorites in the whole deck, and it's just so full of presence, is Bobcat. Look at that. It's almost like a waterfall effect with the bobcat kind of down the bottom, kind of almost becoming clouds, and there's this pattern working down the head. It's just so gorgeous. It's almost like they're war painted up. It's almost Celtic in its feel, which is maybe why I love it. And you can see the color palette has started to shift, and then it shifts quite dramatically, although we've still got the same blue, with bear. And I think bear is really strong as well. That paw reminds me of a Disney movie. But this again feels very native, with the beautiful feather headdress and the headdress over the face there and on the neck with the beading. It's absolutely the most beautiful, with like the two green, the war paint over here. Absolutely powerful, absolutely present. And then just to show you the difference in color palette, plus I love this card, boom, is Buffalo. Buffalo Spirit. Look how strong Buffalo Spirit is. Please focus properly, camera. You're a brand new camera. You're all expensive. You should be doing your job. Look how powerful it is. It's just so strong and dark, and it just has a presence all of its own. So let's move through. One thing I do want to mention, she has two domesticated animals in here, which is cat and dog, but they don't feel out of place. So cat kind of has this really strong, almost Egyptian feel to her, even though, again, this reminds me of native headgear. But her overarching feel to me feels kind of Egyptian, which I assume is probably on purpose. But what I will say, and I don't know how well you're going to be able to see, is there is this color diffusion here of like this sparkle diffusion, and there's this pattern work which shimmers down the fur, and it's a little bit difficult to see on camera, but you can really appreciate it in person. So it's really wonderful how the domesticated animals still fit within the rest of the deck, and there's quite a lot of cards. So Coyote is quite lovely too. Definitely a feminine vibe to her though. Can't tell you why, just she gives me that vibe. And then one of the most important cards for me is Crow. And I'm absolutely in love with Crow energy, because look at this. Can you see how the blue diffuses through the feathers and highlights and illuminates? It's absolutely gorgeous. There's all this magic and majesty moving through, but the shadow at the same time, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And there's the other domesticated animal. There's Dog. So Dog is a border collie, and he fits really, really well within the theme. Look at all this beautiful background as well. The watercolor style backgrounds are just absolutely breathtaking, and there is such color diversity between cards. So this one really thrilled me to see it, because you don't normally see this sort of thing in animal decks, which is Eel, and it almost has a Celtic vibe behind it with those swirls and the electricity. Absolutely gorgeous, and it's very more organic to see an eel. So I was super excited. I kind of had an inhale of breath when I went through them last night. And then, of course, my animal. This was very important that this was right, and this is Fox. She's so sassy, and I love the autumnal color palette. Absolutely gorgeous. Come on, just focus a little better than that, please, camera. Absolutely gorgeous. So, as we move through the deck, let's see what else I can show you. It's absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. I really love Horse. I love the movement in Horse, and that's focused really well. And you can see the kind of watercolor tattoo along the head. So it's not so much a headdress, but part of the skin, I guess you could say. Absolutely joyous. And this card is so much lighter than a lot of the other cards. It really stands out. It's really beautiful. And then the next card really stands out as well, which is Hummingbird. Just poof. Look at the rich royal purples here. And it's one of the more simpler cards, but it's beautiful, and it stands out really, really strongly. there is a mixture of different creatures. I will just show you koi, seeing as we haven't shown you too many water elementals. There is a mixture of all of these. I absolutely adore lion. Now, interestingly enough, lion actually has a Celtic pattern behind it. So that's really interesting, because that Celtic pattern is weaved into this lunar moon energy. And given that lion is usually associated with solar energy, I'll be very interested to read the bit in the booklet about that, which I haven't actually done. Oh, moth. Moth blew me away. Moth absolutely, utterly blew me away. I love moth energy because of my personal gnosis with the goddess Bave. But look at this. So what is usually a lunar moth and usually comes in shades of greens and blues has been absolutely transformed with red. Absolutely transformed. It's so powerful. Absolutely incredible use of color in this deck. Oh, and here's another one of my absolute favorites. Panther. This is the first deck that I have seen Panther done absolutely perfectly right. Almost every other Panther I have ever seen in an Animal Oracle deck has disappointed me in some way. It's the only card, I think, in the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck that I don't like. And this it has just perfect presence. And the colors on top of it with this kind of like volcanic storm theme, just absolutely gorgeous. And he's half in shadow, so like this side of his face is kind of in shadow. It's kind of like coming out. Oh, it's just such a potent, powerful card. And I don't know how well you're going to be able to see, but there's actually a mandala through his fur, and you can kind of see this blue here. Yeah, you can see it, and it kind of has that Aztecian vibe. It's like you're looking at a panther god. It's absolutely perfection. You got Piglet. I thought Piglet was kind of funny. So just thought I'd show you that they have a whole range of these. I just wanted to absolutely show you my favorites. Look at Spider, right? So Spider's not usually an energy that I would be like boom for, but look at this god. This is Grandmother Spider if ever I saw it. It's so powerful. Look at how that webbing has, it's almost a shimmer of its own, and oh, the baubles hanging off it and everything. It's just divine. It has those twilight colors too, which are my favorites. So this is the card from the front of the deck, which is absolutely beautiful for stag, and this is one of the main draws. And I love the fact that the stag had all of its kind of magical totems and flowers and leaves and things hanging from its antlers. And this is the only downside of this card, of this deck. You can see this little white mark on the back. So I thought when I looked at that I'd got a sticker on the back of there, and I was like gently trying to just lift it because I thought I'd put the card down and got a sticker on it. It's actually sealed in, so it actually came like that, and I didn't notice yesterday because I wasn't looking at all the backs of the cards. So that was a little bit of a disappointment, but it's a very, very small thing. Here we have this starfish. This starfish is Molly Roberts. Some people will understand this, some people will not, but it's basically Molly Roberts in a card. And we do have some interesting, unusual ones again. So like Vulture is in this deck, which was a little bit unexpected, as was Wasp. Wasp was a little bit unexpected. This one I did not expect, and this one I was so blown away by, so happy to see, which is White Spirit, White Raven Spirit. Very Branwen, very unusual, very gorgeous. That there's this it almost has this steampunk clockwork motif down here. It's very interesting. It's very unusual. And the backgrounds again are just stellar. There's kind of like this embossed writing here that kind of fades into the background, and it's just messages from beyond. It's just gorgeous. So unfortunately, Wolf isn't as strong for some reason as the others, which is a slight. I still like wolf. It's just not as strong as some as it could have been. I still really like it. The feathering along the eye line kind of throws it for me. I would have maybe had a slightly more moved, so slightly more pronounced or something. I think that might have worked better, but I still really like it. And there are a total of 68 oracle cards. 60. You're getting a lot of animal oracle for your bang for your buck, basically. And this is an absolutely gorgeous deck. Now, oh, that's a shame as well. So there is the odd thing. So this is the final card. The final card has actually kind of got a little bit of lift damage here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. It's got a little bit of lift damage, which I didn't notice on my first pull through. And it's very like creased in. So that makes me think that that came like that as well, which is unfortunate. The card stock is kind of medium, I'm going to say medium thickness. They still kind of bend and move and flex. And obviously there is a little bit of card damage here, which is a real shame. None of the others have got that. So there were 2 little points of damage, which is really disappointing given the entire deck is just like out of this world perfect for me. I love it. The sides of the cards is really nice. They're a good size. They're like a hand size, so you can hold them pretty easily. I haven't actually tried shuffling them because I wanted them in order. Oh no, okay. I said that and then I threw the cards at myself. So they're really easy to shuffle in terms of size. They have a nice semi-matte kind of finish. They're really beautiful, and they feel nice. They feel kind of smooth against the hand. They feel lovely. They look beautiful. I only had those 2 little complaints, but everything else is really gorgeous. I mean, I really love the box they came in. I really love the written word in here, which is really important to me. And overall, I really love the cards. I think they're gorgeous. So I really wanted to give a shout out to these absolutely stunning cards. And I just picked Fox. Look at that. She keeps following me. She's like, we're one and the same, aren't we? So I really wanted to share that with you guys. I thought it was absolutely incredibly beautiful. I have actually one more tarot deck, which is on its way now, and I can't wait to share that one with you too. So it's going to be a twofer this October, which is unusual for me, but I did really want to share this deck with you because it's gorgeous. And I think if you're going to buy one oracle deck now, this would be my pick. I adore it. I know it's not technically spooky Halloween themed at this time of the year, but it is absolutely gorgeous and will serve you all year round. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you on the next one, and many blessings.